franchise values as the reason for opting out? Now, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute.
Stephen A. Smith is no stranger to unfiltered takes on sports, and this time, he's coming out with a flamethrower of opinions against the WNBA for their dismissal of Caitlin Clark. That's right, Caitlin Clark has been dynamically expanding the realm of women's basketball, and the WNBA has been ridiculously slow in unleashing her true potential. But now, Stephen A. Smith is pulling up and giving them an earful.
Have I been saying? As much as her presence was maximized by the WNBA, you players could have done more to assist it. I just spoke about Sue Bird over a week ago.
Here's the thing, Stephen isn't just calling out the WNBA, he's tearing them apart for not treating Caitlin Clark like the cash cow she is. It is no secret that Caitlin has been the most important player in expanding the WNBA's economy, selling out stadiums and driving merch sales like a steamroller. But the WNBA's attitude towards her has been nothing short of mediocre, and according to Stephen A., it has been downright ridiculous.
And everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not, until Caitlin Clark came along. Not only her, Angel Reese to some degree as well, but Caitlin Clark.
That's right. Since the beginning of the WNBA, there have been people complaining about not being treated well, and the WNBA's attitude has been insulting, to say the least. Stephen A. is clearly saying that nobody's insulting the greats of your league, but you ought to put respect before Caitlin's name, or you are done.
More so, and her and the combination of Angel Reese, it elevated television ratings, it damn sure elevated franchise value. But now, something that y'all resisted talking about.
It is no secret that Caitlin has been instrumental in expanding the W to new heights. She's not just a star, she is the star.
We talk about league attendance. The Indiana Fever, all right, with Caitlin Clark, led the league in attendance both home and on the road. Fever averaged 17,035 at home, 15,000 on the road. Attendance for the entire league up nearly 50% this year, according to data from across the timeline. And Indiana leads all teams with an average attendance of, like I said, of 17,035. Merchandise sales are up 450%.
According to Stephen A., Clark has been the sole figure carrying the league on her shoulders by selling out arenas, increasing TV ratings, and driving merch sales through the roof. And let's be real, she has done far more for the WNBA than the rest of the league combined. But somehow WNBA is acting like she's a $20 bill instead of a complete lottery ticket.
Talking about, opining about, acknowledging, now you want to come and say, let's opt out of the CBA. Because of those very, very things, not to go all in speaking your piece to elevate Caitlin Clark. So therefore, even more attention could have come and y'all could have reaped the benefits. Now you're going to do it anyway, and I get that. But you see my point?
Stephen A.'s not playing around. He's proclaiming loud and clear WNBA has not been appreciative or supportive of their golden goose that is Caitlin Clark. They have been ignoring her for the longest time and hoping the money and fame would drop from the sky. Hello? This ain't right. If you want the cash, the fame, and the riches, you've got to respect your golden goose. You have to pay attention and appreciate the greatest rookie of all time, who has broken more records than one could memorize.
Gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it. You didn't want to, rather. You were a bit hesitant and reluctant.
Oh boy, Stephen A. is not pulling any punches here. He's making it clear that the WNBA did not do enough to maximize Clark's potential as a generational talent. Take her Rookie of the Year celebration, for instance. Each and every player had a grand celebration, but when it was Clark's turn to pop the champagne, the commissioner refused and dismissed her with just a phone call. Just a regular phone call, like nothing happened. Can you believe this? This is not only frustrating, but downright insulting to watch.
But imagine if the players in the league, the legends, could, in addition to the current players, would be able to say, this is a good thing. And we have her in this league. This is a good thing. All the records she set in this league, this is a good thing. And we're going to honor that. Look and think about how that would uplift.
Let's not beat around the bush here. The Caitlin Clark effect is very real, yet somehow the WNBA and their commissioner keep acting otherwise. It's almost like they're too proud to notice it or too selfish to accept it. Either way, Stephen A is having none of it, and honestly, neither should Caitlin Clark. She won Rookie of the Year, AP Athlete of the Year, Times Athlete of the Year, and much more.
And Tuesday, she was named the AP Female Athlete of the Year for her impact on and off the court. They went on to talk about her leading Iowa to the national championship game, and then she became the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, and then went on to win Rookie of the Year. From there, you guys, she has won so many awards and broken so many records. It's actually become a meme at this point because it's just crazy. People are putting together graphics.
It won't be an overstatement to say that she's the most celebrated rookie in all of women's sports, but her treatment in WNBA has been downright disrespectful.
And resistant to it. So much so you didn't push for her to be on Team USA. So much so you had people like Cheryl Swoops who didn't even want to mention her name. Now, it didn't hurt that much. But if you went the opposite direction, it could have helped that much. And facilitated you being in an even stronger position to get yours.
That's correct. When the haters like Cheryl Swoops were spewing hatred against Clark, the WNBA was painfully silent and letting the haters walk freely. It would have been really nice to see the league standing against her bullies who physically assaulted her, but the top brass willfully ignored all the calls for justice from her fans, as well as the experts. Remember when Dejanai Carrington brutally stabbed Clark in the eye? WNBA was painfully silent. No foul calls and no suspensions. Dejanai was scot-free with 0 consequences. And how can we forget Kennedy Carter's brutal foul against Clark? It was distasteful and completely uncalled for.
Antics have distracted many from her excellent play. When she saw that she was ranked 24th,
yet WNBA pursed their lips and didn't utter a single word about her being bullied. It would have meant a lot to her, but the WNBA sidelined her like she was a nobody.
But you didn't do it. You didn't do it. Wow.
After all, WNBA is once again standing at a crossroads, and this could very well be a make it or break it moment for this league. On one hand, they have Caitlin Clark, and on the other, they have the haters. WNBA is faced with a choice here. Either embrace the Caitlin Clark revolution or fumble the bag once again for the 2025 season. They can either lead the way for Clark to showcase her talents or burn the golden ticket altogether.
Because I say what I believe to be the most obvious things. Obvious. And it gets ignored until it comes to fruition.
Instead of embracing her greatness, the WNBA had been acting salty and throwing shade at Caitlin Clark during her rookie season. But can they afford to repeat the same mistakes? Steven is clearly saying no. WNBA is at a crucial junction, and they cannot fumble the ball once again and ignore the greatest women's athlete the world has ever seen. They have been spectators to the best rookie season in the history of basketball, and they can help rewrite history once again by accepting Clark and her generational talent in season ahead. So what do you think? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more basketball updates. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.